Welcome back to another video of Primavera P6. In this video, you will learn how to create a project in Primavera P6. So let's start in this video. So there are two ways to create a project in Primavera. First of all, there is an option when you will open the Primavera. These enterprises will already be seen. The enterprises which we have already created in the previous videos. For example, when I will click this construction department, this will show up in another sub project RE1. This is named as residential project. So for example, if we are doing a residential project and EPS is already created as already created in our previous video, so we will mainly focus on the residential project of a construction company or a firm. So let's start how to create a project in Primavera. When you will click this residential project, you will be shown by a list of tabs. Here is an add option. You will click add. So we will select an EPS. An EPS of residential project is already selected. We will move to next. This will demand a unique number for your project or project ID. For example, I am working on a villa project of a residential project. I will name it as V01. I will give the project name as villa project. I will move to next. This will demand two things like project plan, start date, and it must be finished by. So we will give two dates. For example, our project is going to start from 1st July and it must finish by after 6 months, or next activity or next project must finish by nearly 6 months, so it must finish by December, for example 22. So I will give the project plan start date and must finish by after how many days, then move to next. Okay, the date is valid time date value. For example, it is starting from June. So what should be the responsible manager for this villa project or the residential project? So this will this tab will show you the responsible manager you select will be at the top of OBS for this project. So you can see that at the top of this OBS there is a GHO company which is responsible manager for this residential project. So these are the standard rates. These standard rates I will describe in our coming next videos. So far I will move to next. So this will show you that congratulations, your project has been created. To modify your project properties and define properties not covered by this, click projects. So we will finish over here. When you will finish over here, you will see in the bottom tab of this graphical interface, you can see the project is created with the EPS ID is name. So this is a general tab. I will show you now notebook. What about notebook? In notebook you can add comments related to your project. In budget log we will see the budget changes log, dates, amount, responsible, current budget. We will add what is the proposed budget. In spending plan you can see dates, date by date, spending money, spending plan, tally, undisturbed current variance, benefit plan. This all we see in our next video. In budget summary, you can see what is the current budget, allocated budget, distributed budget for this project. This variance would all be created by the software. Spending plan, amount, undisturbed current variance, total benefit plan, tally, etc. Next one is dates. So dates must be given for this any project. Like first I have given that from 1 June 2022 to another, must finish by, like, it must finish by any other date according to our project. Next one is funding. In this bottom tab you can add amount, funds, share by clicking add. Next one is code project. This when we will complete a project, a list of project codes will be here, shown in here, their code values, code descriptions. In defaults there is a duration type, cost account. Next one is auto numbering defaults, auto id, suffix, increment. This I all we will see in our next videos. Next one is resources. Specify the default rate types for new assignments. Next one is settings. And the settings include summarized WBS level, project settings, character for separating code feeds for WS3, fiscal years bigger on the first of. So all these settings will be seen when we start a project. Next one is calculations. Calculations include per hour, per activity, per unit price of the activity, and their resources assigned to them. So that's all from this bottom tab of any project created. So this is how we can create a project in a Primavera P6. This is how Primavera P6 creates a project. For example, we have created a residential villa project and we will describe in our next video how to create this. So that's all from this video. And the assigned residential project enterprise is construction department, and the main above all over this is enterprise having a GHO company. When you will click this one, you will see villa project details shown in the journal, when this will be begin, when this project will be finished, what is its status, active status, checked in, checked out, its project website you can add over here. So that's all from this video. You will see in next video how to proceed in a residential villa project.